welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and today we are going to be learning the ISI Freestyle 4-level footwork sequence. Now, even if you're not a member of ISI, this is a great challenge. It uses all 8 3-turns. So the forward, the backward, the inside edge, the outside edge, all put together into a serpentine footwork sequence that goes the length of the ice. So no matter where you are in the world and what organization you're a part of, this is a great challenge for you to learn. But for those in ISI, this one is in the Freestyle 4 level skating test. Now, I ask my students to practice it until they can go the entire length of the ice. That is the goal I set out for them, and it is a big challenge, even for my little ones, but that's the standard I try to push them all to try to achieve. And I haven't had a skater yet who could not achieve it. So practice until you get that goal. So we are starting in one of the corners. All right, so this would be the right-handed Lutz corner. Okay, and I look at this little corner, this little wedge that is created by the hockey pattern, and I ask my students to start somewhere in this little wedge. It's going to be a little different based on the size of the skater, the length of their legs, but this is where we want to start. Now we are going to take 2 introductory steps towards the center, and so for today I have drawn a pen line that goes all the way down the axis of the ice so that you can have that for a little bit of a visual reference. Now I know you guys love getting to see the skill before I teach it, so I'm going to demonstrate it for you one time all the way through. So before we start the actual sequence, we have 2 intro steps. We're going to take a left and a right. Now I should let you know, it doesn't matter whether you're right-handed or left-handed, we both do the same sequence because we're going to do all of the turns, both clockwise rotating and counterclockwise rotating. So everyone can learn the same footwork sequence. Okay, so we're going to take a left and a right, and we want those steps to end right when we get to that center axis of the ice. So you have to figure out how hard to push, and you can move back or forward, just getting yourself those 2 pushes. So we have a left and we have a right. When we get to our center line, we're going to push onto our left and do a left forward outside 3-turn. Now we want to hold those edges as long as possible, because remember, we're trying to get the entire distance of the ice, the entire length. And so for my students, aim to have them start their first half circle or half lobe close to the goalie square and between the 2 big red hockey circles. So somewhere in this area, okay? And I want them to make it all the way to the blue hockey line. That's a big half circle. And to accomplish it, you have to have really long, steady, smooth 3 turns. So starting here, you're going to take your first 3-turn way out towards the wall. So it's going to be a left forward outside 3-turn. Turn, and then hold the ending. Then you're going to push onto your right back outside edge, hold, hold, okay? Really long. Now here's the blue line. I'm going to step open like a little spread eagle. I'm going to put my feet together, and then I'm going to cross my left behind. And here we are, right on our center axis line. So those 3 little steps, we're going to go over one more time. So from the top, we have a left forward outside 3-turn, right back outside 3-turn, hold that ending, step open like a little spread eagle onto your inside edges, put your feet parallel, and then cross your left. So that's going to be the ending of that first lobe. Now you're going to cross one foot behind the other 4 different times. Every time you get to this center axis, you're crossing one foot behind the other. The way I like to think about it is you're crossing the foot that's down the ice. So we started up on this side and we're traveling down to the other side. So whichever foot is on that side is the one crossing. So right now that's going to be my left. In a moment, we're going to be facing the other way. And so then I would cross my right. Okay, so if you get confused, think about I'm traveling down the ice. So the one on that side crosses behind. Okay, so that is the complete first lobe, and we're ready to mirror it on our second lobe. So we're coming across the ice. We've crossed our left behind. We pick up the right, open outside, so open towards where we started, and we're gonna step and just mirror everything we just did. So we're gonna do a right forward outside 3 turn, a left back outside 3 turn, then we're going to step open like a spread eagle, put our feet parallel, and then cross the right behind. And there you have the first half, the first 2 lobes of this dance sequence. Let's do the first half from the top. We have our first 2 intro steps. That's a left and a right. Left forward outside 3 turn, right back outside 3 turn, step open like a spread eagle, step parallel, cross the left behind. Right forward outside 3 turn, left back outside 3 turn, step open like a spread eagle, put your feet parallel, cross the right behind. Now, we are all the way to the second blue line. So my first lobe went to the first blue line. My second lobe went to the second blue line. Now for my students, because this is usually the harder side for them, have them try to get anywhere between the blue line and the edge of the blue circle. This is still a really nice big lobe, especially for going your harder way. If you go by the red line, then you have made your second circle really small. So I'd say go from the first blue line to the edge of the circle for your second lobe, okay? Now we do want to pass the center because we have a lot more steps that take up the first half of the sequence than the second half of the sequence. The second half, the lobes are naturally going to be a little smaller. So we need to take up more ice on the first half, okay? Now that is because the first half is all outside 3 turns. So you're forward outside and you're backward outside. And the second half is your inside 3 turns. So forward inside and backward inside. Now, not only are some of those harder for people, but the lobe itself has less steps. So get past the center, all right? Now we are finishing our first half of the sequence with our right foot crossed behind. Now, we do a really fun thing on the second half. It's like a little double cross. So we take our right foot and cross behind, lift up the left, and then recross. So you can practice doing that, just moving backwards, where you're gonna go crisscross. Right behind, left behind. Whoop, left in front. Right behind, left in front. Okay, and you can get used to that. The other thing is we don't have any extra pushes, and so those 2 little crisscrosses are all we're gonna get to give us momentum here. So this is where a lot of students struggle with, is they kill all their momentum right in the middle. And then it's very difficult to hold your next 3 turn all the way around. So while you practice that crisscross, think about giving yourself a push in that cross. So when you cross behind, you're pushing and then you're pushing. Now that's really a weird motion, so let's look at it close up. So the way we're gonna get that push, that little hidden push in our crisscross, is when we cross the right foot in front. So we're moving a little bit. We finished our lobe and we have a little bit of momentum. We're gonna use that. When we cross the right foot behind, we're gonna push with the left. Okay, so this left foot, as it picks up, gives us a little push, very slightly off of our outside edge. So we're gonna go push. And then when we cross under, this foot is gonna act like a crossover. So how that crossover has that cut under, a backward crossover, that sounds very confusing. but let me go over it again. So we're finishing our first lobe. We have a little momentum. We're gonna cross the right behind and push on our left outside edge. And then we're gonna cross that left in front and push with our right back outside edge. So again, we have facing the correct direction, crossing the right behind, push with our outside edge, cross the left in front, push with our outside edge. All right, so practice that motion. You're gonna wanna do it the other way as well because we have this going the other direction in just a moment. So for that, you'll go cross the left behind. You're gonna push with your right outside edge, cross the right in front, push with your left outside edge. Okay, so each time you get a little outside edge push that's hidden in that crisscross motion. One more. There we go. So let's take it from our second lobe. That way we can go into our third lobe and the second half of our dance with some momentum. So we're gonna start with that right forward outside 3 turn. Paolo's over there practicing. I gotta wait till he gets out of the way. All right, let's give this a try. So we're gonna go right forward outside 3 turn. Left back outside 3 turn. Open like a spread eagle. Put your feet parallel, right foot behind. Now we're gonna go push, push. And now we're ready for our second half of our footwork. So for the second half and our inside 3 turns, we're gonna start with a left back inside 3 turn. So we've gotten ourselves that momentum from our little crisscross push, 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 push. You're on your left back inside edge. I want you to look all the way towards that wall and then turn. The longer you can wait, the bigger your lobes are gonna be and the more impressive this footwork's gonna be. Then we're gonna step onto our right forward inside edge and do a right forward inside 3 turn, crisscross, push, push, and mimic it on the other side. Okay, so this second half is much simpler. What makes it difficult is holding those back inside 3 turns long enough. So you gotta hold it all the way until you can see that wall and you feel like you're coming around the top of your half circle. Then you can turn, hold your exit edge, and then push into your forward inside 3 turn. Let's do this again. All right, all the way through that entire second half of our footwork sequence. We've got a little momentum. We got our crisscross, left back inside 3 turn, right forward inside 3 turn. Hold those edges as long as you can. Cross, cross, right back inside 3 turn, left forward inside 3 turn, cross, check out, and you're finished. All right, it's time to run the whole sequence together. Push on the left, push on the right. Left forward outside 3 turn, hold those edges. Right back 3 turn, mohawk together, cross behind. Right forward outside 3 turn, keep that core really strong as you go through this. Try to keep your feet under you on your 3 turns. When you have really swinging feet on your 3 turns, it's difficult to control your upper body. Cross behind and finish. All right, that freestyle 4 footwork sequence is a long one and a challenging one, but in my opinion, it is one of the more beautiful footwork sequences. It has this beautiful flow down the ice. So really practice it, work on making those 3 turns as long and strong and steady as possible. All right, skaters, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I'm looking forward to reading all your comments in that section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.